legs. So we're going to slide that short end of the pillow up to the back. And then any pillows or rolled up towels can go underneath the legs. Just want your hips to be as even as possible as you separate your knees, and then just slowly recline back. And if you do have something behind your back and it does not feel good on your back, you can always put it to the side. It's not required for it to stay there. And let your arms relax out to the sides, palms facing up. You might even reach one arm and then the other down towards your feet. Feel if you can feel your shoulders slide down from your ears a little bit more. And then eventually just letting that movement come back to stillness. And start to feel your breath. Feel your breath draw in through the nose. Feel the breath move out the mouth. I encourage, as you connect to the rhythm of your breath, the quality of your breath, to allow the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Really allow yourself to empty out. And as that breath leaves the body, you might hear a sigh or a sound. Okay, too. Taking time to slow down the breath. Taking time to exhale gives us permission, gives your body permission to shift out of fight, flight, or freeze mode, that sympathetic state. And to remember that parasympathetic state. Feel a sense of calm, to feel a sense of ease. To allow yourself to just exist and experience. Both can be very helpful. It's just finding that balance. And then go ahead and let your thumbs touch your finger pads. Just connecting your thumbs to your finger pads, feeling that sensation. Yogis say that our fingers, each finger is connected to a planet and connected to an element. Another way to connect beyond the physical body. So I just invite you, with your own intuition, just feel where it feels best to rest those thumbs. Which finger pad does it feel best for you today? And just trust that that's going to be supportive for you today on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So from this space, we'll invite in our 6-count breath practice. And if breathing in and out for 6 counts feels like too much, do 4 or maybe just 2. I'll cue a few rounds, and if it feels supportive, continue. So we're going to start with a long exhale out first. Until inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue to follow your breath at your own pace. And it might feel nice for the shoulders to reach the arms overhead and feel the biceps near the ears. You can let the thumbs rotate down and the pinky fingers rotate up. And if your arms are still reaching back, just lower your arms down by your sides again. Hands to the hips, and then release the mudra. And then just slowly from there, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just moving like you would move through water. And then if your hips are feeling up for it, if you have anything underneath your knees, you might slide it to the side for a little more hip opener. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to your outer legs, and on your inhale, slowly close the legs together like a book. Feeling the soles of the feet arrive to the mat. We can roll to fetal position, letting our left leg lead, our right leg follow. Stacking the right leg on top of the left, and then reach your hands to the floor, catching your head on your left arm in a fetal position. Give yourself a few moments here just to breathe with the earth. Just feel for the rhythm of your heart. Then feel for the rhythm of the planet. You feel the heart of the planet. Notice the heart within you and the heart of the planet are beating in unison, or are they creating a dance? Just allow your breath to link between the two, however it's showing up for you. Then, when you're ready, press your palms down, reach your hips to the floor, and slowly lift yourself up to seated, stacking one vertebra at a time. Let your head come up last. We'll come to a seated posture for a gentle neck release. So you could sit on a prop or maybe just on the ground. Coming into a comfortable Sukhasana position, or sit in a chair if that feels better. And you can just let our palms, either choosing to let your palms face down or face up. Some yogis say that when your palms face down, that connects to grounded energy, that it helps you ground. And then when your palms are facing up, that it helps you connect to your intuition or your inspiration. You might even just check into for yourself right now, what's going to be most supportive. Just allow yourself to practice that. You can always shift it. And then we'll close our physical eyes. So I invite you to close your physical eyes. So much, again, we have our physical eyes help us be alert, help us with that sympathetic state. When we allow our physical eyes to close, and we connect to what yogis say is our third eye, or our mind's eye, that space behind the eyes between the ears, just allowing ourselves to see from there. Once you connect to that space in the center of your brain, you might even allow yourself to take a few steps back from it, as if you were standing behind your mind's eye. Just allowing yourself to take a few steps back. And then from here, just notice any sounds or sensations, just inviting them to move around you. They might bring your awareness to them, and you can allow yourself to draw your awareness back in. Like your breath, gentle dance. And we'll move to some head rotations next. So we'll bow our chin to our chest, just bowing into your own heart, that heart fire, that light within. And let's do some head rotations. So gently rotating your head to the left, just inhaling up to the sky, exhaling, chin to chest. Inhale through the nose and maybe an audible exhale out the mouth. After 2 or 3, just reverse. And being really mindful if there's any pain or discomfort. Just allow yourself to move a little slower, and you might even move a little less. And then when you're even with rotating the head in both directions, just bow your chin to your chest. And we'll go into that neck release. So we're gonna wrap the left arm over the top of the head and gently draw the head to the left. So rather than pulling the head down, see if you can lift the right side of your head into your left palm, and then slide your shoulders down from your ears. And it might be enough to keep your right hand on your right leg, or you might reach down, fingertips touch the earth. Be good to move the jaw around, side to side, open, close, space. And another movement, you could bring your chin to the sky and then your chin to the earth. And really moving slowly. So if you feel like you're moving slow, see if you can move a little slower. And allowing yourself to pause in any stretch that you might be feeling, at least for a couple of breaths. Say, hello, body, I feel you. I'm receiving the message. Use some of that prana, some of that oxygen. Maybe feeling a little movement as you breathe into that space. Now, we'll release the left arm down, and we'll circle our chin to our chest, and we'll go to the right side. So wrapping the right forearm over the top of the head and gently draw your head to the right. And once again, rather than pulling the head down, lift the left side of the head into that right palm. Your left hand could rest on your left leg or the earth. Move the jaw around again. And you might move the head or the chin to the sky, chin towards the earth. Feeling for new sensations. Maybe finding some areas of the body maybe we've forgotten to breathe into. So take your time. You don't have to rush out of it, but when you're ready, go ahead and release your right arm down, and then we're going to circle our chin to our chest again. And as we arrive chin to chest, bring your hands together, palms together, and allow your thumbs to rest at that spot between the two eyebrows. It's really supporting your head and your hands, just continuing to bow inward. And then keeping your neck muscles relaxed, use your thumbs to guide your head up, nice and slow. And then we release the hands. And just slowly open the eyes if the eyes are closed. So from here, we're going to go into counter posture, child's pose. So some options here if you're practicing with props. You could bring a blanket to the back of your mat, especially if it's sensitive on your knees or your shins. And also if there's any sort of like knee pain, you could also bring this blanket behind your knees. That can feel really nice too. This can also support any lower back pain, just giving your hips a little extra support. If you're using a pillow, maybe you have a book or a block, you can bring it in front of you for extra support. You don't have to use any props again if you're not practicing with props today, but just a nice way to set this up a little more supportive. That book or block can go underneath the pillow. And then we can just lay down, supporting the torso, supporting the belly. And if you aren't practicing with a pillow or a block, you could also just use your hands. So you could stack your fists to either let your forehead rest on the stacked fist, or maybe if you want to rotate your head to one side, you could rest on your temple. It can be good to keep the head in line with the hips so that we don't have too much pressure dropping forward. So I invite you to come back to that 6 count inhale, 6 count exhale. If you haven't tried that audible exhale, I encourage you just to give it a try for at least 1 or 2 breaths. If you're trying to fog up that space around you, and then a new direction for the breath, you could feel as if you could draw your breath in through your fingers, through your toes, to your heart or your spine, that lifeline. And then feel from your center, the breath move from your center, heart, spine, out the fingers, out the toes. Just scan your body and see where else you can soften and let go a little bit more. Just allowing yourself to create new patterns in this moment, and let your breath assist you with releasing anything you no longer need. Take your time then, press into your hands, lift your torso up, and let your spine stretch out of your pelvis. And so if you were looking to one side, just let your head look to the opposite side so you get that opposing neck stretch. Just let your forehead rest down. We'll come back to our breath again. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Feel as you exhale, those shoulders slide down the back towards the back pockets. Even feel for your heart to just melt. The space between your fingers and your toes. And so you don't have to rush out of this, but if you are ready to come up, just press our palms down, rotate our head to center, guide your hips to your heels and round your spine to come up to seated, stacking one vertebra at a time. Let your head come up last, and then if the eyes are closed, just softly opening the eyes. And so we'll move into a mountain pose next. So to get there, as you set the props to the side or come out of that child's pose, you might even allow yourself to just extend the legs a little bit just to get a little more blood flow, circulation moving through the whole leg. And then just have a seat on one hip and swing your legs to one side. So if you're using a pillow, something that you can place underneath your legs, go ahead and place that towards the front of your practice space or your mat space. And then if you are using blocks, we'll do another chest opener here. So you could have a block on your third level, a block on the second level, or lower them down. But this can also be done flat on the back, or say you have a second pillow and you can repeat what we did for Baddha Konasana, lining up to support the spine. So I'll show with the blocks, but which feels best for you. And if you aren't practicing with props, you might just lay flat on your back with your knees bent up to the sky. Maybe something to support the legs, maybe something to support the spine, the upper shoulder blades and head. And then we'll let those arms rest out to the sides, palms up again. So then this, with your 10 fingernails on the ground, make like an angel wing arm. So like you're tracing your fingers in sand. So hands come down by the hips, and then arms can expand out towards the head. But as we reach the arms out and up towards the head, we want to keep our fingernails still touching the floor. So just notice that point where the hands want to lift off. We're going to just do a little smaller movement, little less movement than that fullest expression today. And then you'll find that place where it feels best to rest your arms. And wherever your shoulder blades are connected, gently as you exhale, feel your shoulder blades sink towards the floor. It's like you're trying to create an imprint on whatever your shoulder blades are connecting to. We'll just do a little meditation here in this mountain pose. Allow your awareness to drop into your heart space. As deep as you can go. And once you've reached that space for you today, I invite you to see an image of the sun or fire, or maybe it's a candle burning. And I just invite you to watch it. Watch how it moves, watch how it exists. Watch how that image of fire shifts for you, even dances as you breathe. Just notice. And you can notice the size. Maybe notice as you bring more awareness to it, how does it shift? Does that fire, sun energy want to stay internal? Or does it want to expand to the outer layers of the body? Just noticing. In with your breath. Inhale for 6 counts. And exhale for 6. Now you can definitely stay with this image, this meditation, this asana. As we return to it, you can return to it, and as we continue to move through the practice, offer our heart kriya next. So we're going to bring our hands together in front of our heart and let our thumbs rest on the sternum. Just letting the thumbs rest back. And first movement, we'll inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky as the shoulder blades draw down to the earth. And then exhale, thumbs to the heart. And so just try a few more rounds of this. Inhale, reaching, exhale, drawing back in. And this movement might feel like it's enough for you today. Or you could add on. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up, palms rotate forward, and exhale, bend your elbows to the earth. Inhale, reach up. Of course, if there's any pain, exhale, drawing back in. You can always pause, do a little less. Gathering information as you breathe and move with your body. When you feel complete with this, just let your arms relax out to the sides again, palms facing up. And then so from here, we're going to start to make some ankle and wrist rotations. So very slowly, just a few times, rotating the wrists and ankles. Allow whatever needs to shift. And then once you've done a few rotations each direction, just come back to stillness one more time. Just notice, breathe. I'm gonna come out of this in fetal position right. So let your right leg lead. Let your left leg follow. Reach your hands to the floor, catch yourself, and let your head rest on your right arm, relaxing into the earth again. Breathing into the earth. Feeling those two heartbeats, the heart within you and the heart around you. Remembering there's no difference. Then we'll press the palms down, reach the hips to the floor, and slowly come on up to seated. Let your head come up last. Okay. So we're gonna come back onto our back again. And if you have a strap or a belt or something that you want to use to catch the leg, you can. Otherwise, we're gonna just use our hands. So just coming back onto the back. If you need anything to support your head, like a pillow or a blanket, please do that for yourself. We come onto the back, and we can start with our knees bent and our soles of our feet on the earth. So just like we did with our shoulder blades, just with as you exhale, feel your shoulder blades relax to the earth. And feel like you're trying to create an imprint with your feet on your mat or space that you're laying on, plugging in. If you are on a yoga mat, you could hold the edges of your mat and then just gently pull your mat to the sides, and then pull your mat to your feet, and then pull your mat to your head. So you could do that a few times and just notice when you pull the mat in those few directions, how does your body shift? And it might even kind of feel like a massage. Coming back to stillness. And so if you are going to use a strap or a scarf, you can grab that now. And we're going to extend our right leg up towards the sky, and you can step your right foot into that strap or belt, or just hold on to your right hamstring with your hands. And so we want to press our right calf, our hamstring to the wall in front of us, and feel space between our right thigh and our rib cage. Feel your sacrum, back of pelvis relax to the floor. Feel your shoulder blades relax to the floor. Now we're going to just do a little hip release here. So if you're using the strap, heels the strap into your right hand. If you're using your hands, hold your right outer leg and very slowly open your right leg out to the side. And again, it doesn't have to be your fullest expression, right? It's a gift of the restorative practices, permission to do a little less. Give yourself that permission. If your left knee's up to the sky, it might feel nice to go back into Baddha Konasana. Let your left knee open out to the side. So we do that half bound angle. Just try a few breaths and maybe focus your breath in your lower belly, that space around your navel, between your navel and your spine. Then we're going to inhale, guide the right leg back to center, left knee as well, if it opened out to the side. Tails of the strap into your left hand, or hold on to your left inner leg. And we're going to just gently start to cross the right leg out across the body. So one option is to keep your sacrum on the floor. So you don't even have to go into stacked hips. Just keep guiding your right hip and sacrum to the floor. And some of us might want to go into that full twist, bringing that right leg across the body, stacking that right hip on top of the left. We want to keep the right shoulder blade on the floor. So if it's lifting, you might bring your right hand down by your hips. And you could extend your left leg towards the front of your mat. Just finding that variation that supports you today. The head could also look to the right. I encourage you in this twist to guide the breath through the spine. So inhaling, tail through the spine, up the top of the head, maybe out the top of the head. And then exhale, breathe down, top of head through spine to tail. And as you guide your breath, follow your breath, you could see your breath moving in a spiraling pattern. It's massaging the inside of your spine, massaging the inside of your spinal cord. This can support our digestion, not just food, but all things in life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If anything's coming up for you, sometimes it comes up to the surface for us to clear it. Allow yourself to just be in that space of observing. Now, we're going to roll back onto our back. So nice and slow, coming back onto your back, guiding your right side of the body back to the mat. And then you can go to the second side. So strap, step your left foot in, bring your right foot out. No strap, just hold on to your hamstrings, your left hamstring muscles. And once you've connected, press your left calf, hamstring away from your rib cage. Not concerned about getting the leg to the nose, but really accessing more space within you and around you. Breathing into your lower belly, that space behind the navel and in front of the spine. Stay here or bring your tails of your strap into left hand or catch your left outer leg in your left hand and open your left leg out to the side. And then that right knee can fall out to the side if you're doing half Baddha Konasana. Stay with that lower belly breath. Exhaling out your mouth. When you are ready, inhale, guide your left leg back to the sky, right knee as well, and tails of strap can go into right hand or catch your your left inner leg in your right hand. Guide your left shoulder blade and hip to the floor or deepen that twist. Maybe you go to stacking the hips, the left leg hip on top of the right. And then check in on that left shoulder. If it's popping up, just lower your left hand down closer to your hips. And again, that right leg could straighten. Head could look to the left. We breathe in our spine. Breathe in that lifeline, that part within us that connects all things, that spine. What are you inviting in to celebrate the solstice? That abundance, that light. Also, what are you purifying? What are you releasing to create space for that new? Just taking your time. When you're ready, go ahead and inhale. Bring your left leg back to center, rolling back to your left side, and then remove mat strap, and just adjust your body on the space, on your space where you're practicing. And then when you're ready, just exhale, draw your knees into your chest, either holding onto your shins or holding onto your hamstrings. Stay in stillness or start to rock side to side and allow your head to respond. The movement, if that feels good. You can even go into those circles, tracing out circles with your sacrum on the mat, the back of the pelvis, just massaging your lower back. Let's do that a couple times, each direction. Then we come back to stillness, and
yeah. Right.
Some of us might feel good just
insert all of the sides.
Okay,
be here.
One more and 4.
It's N4.
This and 4. This is, oh no. That,
The N4.
Stay with your breath.
This is N4.
All right, and then from here, you might be feeling like you're ready to go to Shavasana. If you want to roll through a couple bridges, just do that next, and then it'll bring us into our final rest. So if you're wanting to do the bridge, you could reach for the edges of the mat again, or if you're not on a mat, you can use your hands like you're spreading out the floor, out to the sides, down to your feet, up to your head, so you feel your body shifting. You're massaging your back on the floor with that movement. And the palms could face down. Feel your knees drop into the center. Shift your weight from your sacrum into your feet, and from the lower spine, peel up lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. Feel that spreading of the space. The sides, to your feet, to the head. And then lower back down. And if you want to do one more rolling bridge, you're welcome to. Just peeling up. Honoring each piece of that lifeline. Each vertebra and all the space between it. So when you come down, give yourself a couple of breaths. It might feel nice to extend the legs out. You maybe really enjoyed one of the postures we practiced today, so full permission to go back into that. And if any of you have a wall space or a chair, you're welcome to scoot up to that, and you could go into a gentle inversion. If you're feeling you need to invert a little bit more, just offering Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, lay on one side, and swing your legs up. So just really trusting your body, letting your body guide you in this moment. Letting your heart guide you in this moment. Part of you that's been here the longest, a 2 million-year-old brain. Our heart, your heart is yours. It knows you best. So as we come back to that 6-count breath, that inhale for 6 counts, exhale for 6. I invite you to rest into that space between a little more, that space at the top of your inhale, and then that space at the bottom of your exhale. The yogis call that the Vishnu space, the space between. It's not the Brahm, or it is the Brahm, what has been. It's not the Shiva, the Maheshwaha, what's yet to come, or it is part of what's yet to come. It's that space between. See, as you continue to access that space between more, can you create even more space in that space between? Resting there. Gently and slowly start to be aware, become aware of your body and space. Just inviting sounds and sensations to move around you. Slowly become aware of your breath. Inhale and that exhale. Then bring in that mantra. Inhale I, exhale M. Inhale so, exhale hum. And bring your awareness to your belly. You might even rest your hands on your belly, your solar plexus. One of our fire centers, of our agnis. Visualize that space of your mid belly and your mid back. Just there's a bright golden sun there. It's radiating, purifying, energizing. Even if you can't see it with your physical eyes, that sun in the sky, reflection. Beams of light, those rays of light radiating from the sun within you and the sun in the sky, just allow them to beam on each other. Remembering there's no difference. What appears outside of us, we also have within us. You might just keep that sun energy in your belly, or visualize that sun maybe wants to get brighter, bigger. Maybe it reaches outer layers of your body. Just being aware as it expands into that space. Invite it to fill in every cell, that golden energy, every cell in your body. And when you're ready to move, move slowly. Just allow your body to move how it wants to. Your breath could guide the movement. Your movement could guide the breath. There's no right or wrong, just observing what you're choosing. Just take your time and roll to the right side again, fetal position. Listen once again for the rhythm of your heart. So hum, I am, I am. Feel for the rhythm of the planet. Invite both of those rhythms, both of those hearts to come up with you as you come up to seated. Bring the hands together in front of the heart, or maybe you just keep one hand over your heart and one hand to the earth, just to remember that connection. It's always with us. It's always around us. We just have to remember. Just feel the energy of your heart move into your hands or hands. Just like that sun, can your heart expand the same way? Another of your Agnis, another of your fires within. And then just invite an image of the planet. Allow that image of the planet to be near or in your heart space. That same golden energy we filled up from the sun, invite some of that golden energy to pour into your heart and pour into the planet. If you have any offering that you wanting to offer to the planet, just send it in there, even if it doesn't quite make sense, even if you can't see it with your physical eyes happening right now, just send it there. Breathe into it. Our hands come together in front of our hearts. Bring the thumbs to the spot between the two eyebrows. May we feel with a clear mind. Bringing your hands in front of your heart, may we see with an open heart. Thank you for letting me share this practice with you today. Have a beautiful summer solstice. Namaste.